All right. Yeah, we are. Oh, it's 6:30. It's time for the Steve Squared Show. How are we doing? How's everybody? I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I know half of the city did, or at least some of the half of the city. I don't know if it's split directly down the middle. But you could see, as you can clearly see, I ran out. Got my ready for the series, the World Series. Got this hat. I got to fix this a little bit here. Let me see what's going on with this hat here. I like the. I love hats that have a little pompadour, little ball on it, little beanie ball. You can see, got the world. You get a look at that World Series with the interlocking NY, and you can see I got a little pennant behind me. American League champions right there. 2024, that is correct. After 15 long, exhausting years. 15 years. I was 5 years. I wasn't even born yet. That's the last time the Yankees were in the World Series back in 2009. As I'm just turned 15 last week. They are finally back in the Fall Classic. Saturday night, the New York Yankees defeat the Cleveland, who are they? Guardians. Not the Indians, they are the Guardians now, and that's the problem right off the bat with the team. But no, it was a great series. They won the series 4-1, which in itself sounds pretty easy, right? But it was a really stressful, tense. These games were decided in the 9th inning, the 10th inning. It was crazy. The first 2 games of the series at Yankee Stadium were pretty smooth, pretty basic. No heroics. They just won pretty like an ordinary game. And you're thinking, okay, and it happened like that in the series before against Kansas City. There was no dramatic 9th inning home runs or comebacks. They were always in the lead, and it was, pretty really ordinary games. But good, they played good. The Kansas City one had a big home run by Stanton late. It was 2-2. But other than that, they had it under control. And the first 2 games of this series. But when it went into Cleveland, then all hell broke loose. These games were out of control. They were back and forth. Unbelievable. And it caps off Saturday night, 11:30. Juan Soto, as you know by now, hits the 10th inning 3-run homer to put the Yankees into the World Series. First time since 2009. Now, I got excited. I was watching it at my sister's house with my brother-in-law, and the dog was resting nicely, Sophie, and I was like, yeah! And then Sophie went nuts, and she was excited too. So it was a pretty exciting moment. So I, as you know where I'm going here, there's always something about me that's negative. I'm always someone on that. I'm a glass, I always tell you, 3/4 half empty. I'm not a guy half full, half empty. I'm a guy, a glass empty. I see the negative 3,000 miles away. I'm always on the lookout for this. It's not even a negative, but it's things that I feel are ridiculous, something nefarious, which is one of my favorite words, that just bother me. So, my mom had done this and taught me this and showed me this many moons ago. Collecting headlines. So I love collecting headlines. She has old ones of people land, Armstrong on the moon, or big blockbuster headlines. I'm not talking about, just your general guy being taken away in handcuffs on Long Island. Your Goliath is being scoffed off to prison. No. No, I'm talking major events, major world events, or something big. And always in the baseball world, in the sports world, when the Yankees were winning a lot in the 90s with Jeter and company, I collected those headlines when they clinched the round or something like that, or won the pennant or won the World Series. You save those headlines. They're great. It's just a headline saver. What am I going to do with them? I don't know. I'm not going to sell them. I'm not going to make money from it, but it's a collectible thing. It's something I like to have, and maybe I'll make a nice book. Who knows what I'll do? I don't know what I'll do. I didn't even know if I would do the show tonight. That's how upset I felt. But you know me. I'm the Iron Man of the Steve Squared Show. I am always here. So, it's Saturday night, but the game ends late. So I was speaking about this with my mom. I said, I wonder if they'll hold the night edition just in case the Yankees won, because that's going to be a big headline. They won the pennant, first time, 15 years. So I get all Sunday morning. You know me. I get the paper, and I go. There's nothing on the front page. Here's the front page, first of all. The Salt Cap and Long Island. I don't know what that has anything to do with anything. I'm not sure what that means, or I don't know. So right off the bat, I'm like, all right, it's not on the front page. But it has to be on the back page, the sports page. So here's what they put on the back. They have the Mets, and it says, ooh la la. Now, the Mets didn't play Saturday. They played Friday. They had off Saturday, so they wouldn't be on the back page of Sundays. They had no activity Saturday, and the Yankees won the pennant. They put the Mets, and they write ooh la la, and it says, don't be surprised if Mets win next 2 games in Los Angeles. So they're trying to get it. So, and then in this little, let me get closer, and if you have a magnifying glass at home, a telescope, binoculars, whatever you have to enhance your vision, please take a moment, get them, I'll wait. You got them? Fantastic. So if you look, it says Yankees Guardians ALCS Game 5 results. Go to newsday.com. Go to the website in case you want to find out what are they called again? The Yankees? Yeah. Go to that website. Maybe we'll give you a score there. Okay? Because apparently it was late results, even though it doesn't say it. Okay. So then I say, all right, I deal with it. Okay. I say, well, it was probably late, but Monday they're going to put it right up today. I'm going to get the headline. It's going to be on the back page. Big pennant. I'm ready. I wonder will it be Judge, Soto, the home run swing? What will it be? Well, of course, it's not the Yankees. It's the Mets again. Because they lost last night, and it says the party's over. Now, that's fine. Okay? I understand. Okay? Again, they have something about Saquon Barkley, who doesn't even play for the Giants anymore, in the corner here. It has the Liberty here. I guess the Liberty won the WNBA title, which nobody watched. Nothing. Not a thing. Not a thing. Not a thing until you go deep into the sports section, and then it says something about the Yankees. Okay. And if you look, and I'll get more into it, I looked at, and most of the back page, and again, I'm a Yankee person, but fair is fair. And most of the back page every day was, Mets directed. The one time they put anything Yankee related on the back page was when the guy for the Guardians hit the home run, that wonderful, the one win they had, that they put on the back page. And it says crushing loss, and it shows the guy. So some guy from Cleveland who hit a home run was on the back page more than any New York Yankee winning the pennant. Judge, Soto, nothing. David Fry from Cleveland was on the back page, which lends me to now, I don't let things lie. I don't let things lie. I don't let sleeping dogs lie. I wake them up just like I did Saturday night. I wouldn't let Sophie lie. I woke her up. I'm waking you up. So I am contacting Newsday as a subscriber and someone who pays. I pay an enormous amount of money to this Fugazi. Reg. Steve, I know he makes fun of me because I use their stories. And I have someone that I know, that I, as a personal trainer, trained many moons ago, but we still keep in touch. You'll see him if you ever watch the Yankee postgame. And there he is. Perfect timing. because I got a beef to speak with you.
Beef?
I got beef. Ladies and gentlemen, direct from the svelte. Look at this guy. Muscles are popping. You okay?
Just like the show, it's popping.
It's popping, baby. Here he is. He's mean. He's clean. It's the 2024 version of Jack LaLanne, if there was one. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Steve.
I'm here to help you feel better, look better.
I mean, look fantastic.
Do you think so? Do you really think so?
Look at you, the arms. I'm very proud. How does it's you don't understand. We've been discussing this for many moons. I'm always trying to encourage Steve, and you've been sticking with this. How long? What time frame are we talking about now?
I think it was about August 19th, maybe.
So we're 2 months in.
Mm-hmm.
2 months in. How much are you down?
We're down 12 pounds.
And you broke 200.
I'm 197.
Fantastic. That's the headline of the show. Forget the rest of this. We could close the show right now.
Everything you told me, Steve, it was right. You just feel good. You look good.
It's very basic. It's about feeling and looking good. You see the energy he has? Do you remember the past shows? If I could bring them up. Half asleep. It's a mess.
All I wanted was a hot dog.
Nothing. You've got egg sandwiches from that cow. From that moo man. Dirty bacon. Look at him now.
Bacon
it's
is
like,
so good.
No. So you could see I took your advice because I'm a creature of habit, and I said, don't rock the boat. You know how when the playoffs started, you were like, wear something Yankee. Remember you were saying that? And I said, no, I don't want to get involved in anything like that because I don't like to taint the spirits. I'm a very superstitious individual, as Steve knows firsthand. We won't get into it. But I said, you know what? I thought of you. I said, go enjoy a wool cap. I said, they got to the World Series, first time in 15 years. How has being superstitious worked for me so far? Not very good anyway. Right? Has it changed? Have things been great for me? No. So why not? Push the envelope.
That hat's getting returned, isn't it? I see the
tag on the ball. Only if they lose. I'll see what happens. But and I got a pennant. You see, I like that they used.
Of course, you kept the tag.
Oh, well, that has to come off, right? No, that I'll keep.
Oh, no, not unless you.
Well, that has to peel, right? It's supposed to stick. It says peel or something.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It's a peel. Now, did you ever buy pennants? Were a thing of the past, right? When did pennants start?
I don't know. They've had them all for ages.
Those are the flags of the team, like that. That's called a pennant.
Yeah, just like
that's
that.
a pennant. Now, did you ever have Met pennants?
I
or
did.
You have any historic ones from a good year or player signage?
My dad went to one of the 73 playoff games, National League playoff games, and he got me a 73 somewhere. I don't know where it is now, but I know I have it somewhere.
It's funny, many moons ago I invited Jerry over to watch one of the World Series games when things were going south. It was up the pennant against Boston. It was the day after you guys came. And they lost, and I threw everybody out of the house.
Well, he threw me out.
Legendary. Oh, you weren't the only one.
I was the first one to go.
Everybody went. I went nuts. So then the next day I said, I need some different energy. I need different vibe. And I reached out to... Well, I'll tell you...
All the people, Jerry?
I was very desperate. And Jerry was a huge Yankee fan.
Yes, he was.
Huge. So Jerry comes over. He lays down... He has a 78 or 77, one of the World Series pennants from the 77 team. He's a very collector. He lays it out. He puts it on the table. So anyway,
he was good as dead.
I told him to get out. I took his pennant and get the hell out. So that's why I have very little friends. You have to understand. For Steve to stay with me so long is an acknowledgement to his testament and consistency in life.
Can I tell you what it was like the day I was thrown out?
Oh.
Well, first thing, the reasoning was that I wasn't there at the exact beginning of the game. I got there a little later. That irked you a little bit.
That irked me. I like everybody in place.
Our friend,
don't just stroll in the fourth inning.
Our friends Chris and Demetrios was there, and Dee was asking some
Was it Demetrius or Joe that was asking some of the?
It was Demetrius and Chris. There was another night.
Well, Chris knows baseball.
Yes, yeah. D was asking some.
Probably
questions.
Demetrius.
There was another time that happened that I think it was at Joe's house where he was
Yes.
asking dumb questions.
Yes.
Hold on, that's good. It's good, right?
Is that good? If the Yankees hit that.
And so, anyway, I get there late first thing, and then the Yankees start going downhill, and then
It's all about vibe.
Steve tells me to get out.
Get out!
And I'm like, in shock. And I'm like saying, are you serious? And all Steve could get out of his mouth is,
Now, to be fair,
it was just
to be fair, this was
because he didn't
before
want
they had
because he knew
sedatives
because
and a lot
I
of
know
heavy
inside his
medication.
head he was out of his. He knew he was out. What he was doing was out of his mind.
Out of my mind.
And I looked at Chris and said, do you see that? I don't believe this is.
But
I don't believe this
in
is
all
happening.
fairness, this was many moons ago. Not many. Well, back in the early 2000s. Well, 2000. That was early 2000s.
That wasn't
that long.
It was long ago. But it wasn't that long.
When you think about it, now this is shocking. The Yankees haven't been in the World Series since 2009. 15 years.
Yep.
That's quite a bit.
It has been.
Now, I know you're a Met fan. What did you think? I mean, you must have been pleased because it was way more than they had.
It was
thought.
more than they were ever
Right.
going to do. But of course, I couldn't watch the game last night. I listened to it on the radio.
You couldn't watch it for logistical reasons, or just because of
two reasons. Because, well,
you had to get up early.
I had to get up early, but that doesn't stop me because
Right.
I have the phone.
Right.
The phone is my TV,
Right.
and I have that. I will have that on all night.
So did you start to watch it, or you were too? You did because of nerves, or you just tired, or you saw right away to score?
Both. I said, you know what? I'm going to need to fall asleep, and I'm not going to fall asleep with the game picture on. So
Right.
I put the radio. I had the radio on the phone on, and I listened to the soothing sounds of Howie Rose, who always will
Put you to bed.
And I'll send it to you later. Howie Rose said, God, that's why radio is a wonderful thing, you know. He just said a really wonderful statement about this season. Basically, he said a lot of great things about the Mets season, which it was an incredible season. But he said, I was 15 years old when the Mets won the World Series in 1969. And he said, today, this team makes me feel like this 70-year-old is 15 all over again, which is probably true. This was a great, exciting team.
Now, I have to say, I watched some of the game, and I had been watching the Dodgers, just been watching. They have some pitching problems.
They do have pitching problems.
I mean, they got a lot of hitters. They got Ohtani and all these guys, but
Walker Buehler has been horrible, but he looked good.
Did he have a good game?
Against the Mets, he did have
now,
a good game.
help me with his name. Mashimoto, the Japanese pitcher.
Yamamoto.
Yeah,
that's his last name.
He can only go a certain amount, right? He's coming back from an injury. How did he do in this series? Did he pitch in this series?
He did pitch in this series. He didn't do bad either.
All right.
But, of course...
Now, Kershaw's out?
Kershaw's out, yeah.
And who was the other big acquisition that was hurt and is not part of this? They had another pitcher that they got.
Ohtani was one of those.
Well, Ohtani's not pitching, but there was somebody else that they had. But yeah, what did they just do, bullpen games? I don't understand. They just seem to run out bullpen pitchers.
They did two bullpen games. Yesterday was a bullpen game, and
what would have happened if they had to play again tonight?
They probably
run out the same guy.
No, they're gonna bring out Walker Buehler. I think Walker Buehler would have pitched tonight.
It just seems like that's their Achilles right now.
It is. Well, this is a testament to all these teams that had injuries. The Dodgers had a lot of injuries, and yet they made it this far.
I have to say,
Dodgers are deep, though.
Yeah,
they are deep, but their pitching pitching was really suffering, and then they made it through San Diego. They made it through the Mets.
I mean, they were really almost got knocked out against San Diego.
Yep.
And he would have lost his job. I think he was on the chopping block because of all the early exits. There was chatter about that. There was a lot of chatter. Like if he doesn't get out of the division round, because that happened to them last year. Mm-hmm. They got knocked down in I forget by who. Was it Washington? It was one of the wild card teams knocked him out. It was a wild card team that knocked him out. But anyway, I was griping because I'm never happy. The Yankees are in the World Series. I'm still angry. So I was telling everybody that I love to collect back page, and you might be able to shed light on this. I love to collect
Back pages.
the titles, the headlines.
Right.
Because my mom has this box of headlines, and Land on the Moon, all these great things. World Series from the Yankees in the 90s and all the Jeter years. Now, so the day after, let me get these both for you. So they won it Saturday night. So, but it was late. So
Right.
I'm giving Newsday a pass.
Right.
So it's Sunday morning. I'm curious to see if it'll be on the front or the back. Yankees win the pennant, but I'm not hopeful because I know it was going to end at almost midnight. They're not going to hold. And so this is Sunday. The headline is Salt Cap in Long Island, which is fine. That's the front page. And the back page is the Mets. Ooh la la, don't be surprised if Mets win next 2 games. So that in itself is odd because they could have said something the Yankees had. You knew the result. They didn't know it, but they could have said Yankees could clinch, or it was something on the precipice. This is just conjecture. Don't be surprised if they win the next day. Like, it's not really anything. But that's okay. Fine. So I said, well, Monday today, now they've won the pennant. It'll be there. Yanks win the pennant. Maybe Soto's swing, something. They have again. Mets. The party's over.
Right.
Okay. Now the thing about the Yankees, they got the Liberty here. They got Saquon Barkley here. Not a thing. And I'm like, it's a little nefarious because the Mets game ended late. So how were they able to make the back page with the result that I gave them a pass for Newsday on Saturday night? But Sunday night the game ended just as late. It ended almost midnight, 11:30. But that they were able to hold. So tell me, Stephen, as someone in media and journalism and things like that, what's going on here? I know Newsday is tilted towards the Mets. That's fine. It's a Long Island paper.
I think that's one of them.
It's not the Daily News. It's not the Post, and I don't read those.
I think it's that, but I think it's another thing. I think the Mets are an interesting story this year, and obviously
More interesting than the Yankees in the World Series.
Well,
Come on.
yeah, because
They won the pennant. It's more
Because-
interesting to tell them that a team lost.
because when the Yankees win, that's what's expected of them.
I understand.
When the Mets win, it's something different. The Mets win. Not only have they won this season, they were coming back over and over again. Not saying it was right, but the Mets.
But you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing that was they did have the one back page that they did have was when the one Yankee loss in this series when Fry hit the home run to walk off the game. That they had David Fry on the back
Right.
page and said crushing loss.
Right.
The only back of the whole series, not Soto's. So does that lend you to think there's something going on
Oh,
here?
well, what the hell? Whatever.
I mean, it's. But you know what I do? I can't let it lie. I connected with Eric Boland. I'm sure he was pleased to get my text after a long
So
time.
what was Eric's take on it?
He didn't respond back
Would
yet.
not respond yet.
He won't respond. I texted him and I said, Eric, because Eric covers the Yankees, and you see his nose always in. I always tell my mom, I go, I train that guy because you always see he puts the recorder by the phone
Well,
to try to get the.
you should.
And he
probably,
was on the show. Eric was on the show.
Yes, he was. You should probably also talk to the editor,
Well,
publisher of Newsday, which is one Mr.
Who does the sports editor?
I
You can look that up, right?
I don't know who the sports editor is, but the publisher is, I forgot his name. Oh, Pat Dolan.
Well, there you go.
Pat Dolan.
But he wouldn't make those decisions. That comes from the sports editor.
They wanted the Yank. They tried to get covered. They wanted.
Right.
They've never gotten over
Bitter.
when they lost the coverage for the Yankees.
Bitter. I get it. It's bitter. It's all about bitter. But anyway, it's fine. It's fine. But I don't have a headline, so I'm a little disappointed. But you know what? Maybe I'll look up a Daily News maybe, or a Post might have something today.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look. I'll look right out here because they have the papers here at the library, which is where we're not at a holding cell. We are at. And here's the other point now. And Steve has gone through this with me. I said, it's the World Series. I'm just curious how much it would be. I looked online last night.
Yeah.
Now this has become the MLB has been dreaming of this.
New York, L.A.
New York, LA, Yankees, Judge Ohtani. This is their dream matchup. They've been saying this since the summer that they were hoping for this matchup, and they got it. Good for them. They got everything they want. I go on. The ticket prices, baseline minimum on StubHub and on Ticketmaster.
Right.
1,200. Cheapest ticket. 1,200. Now, back in the day, and Steve, you can take a look.
You
remember when me and Steve, and back in the day, we did a standing, we waited outside of Yankee Stadium. Was it overnight? Or early in the morning? We did like an overnight, early in the morning, back when you used to do that. You can't do that anymore, right? They don't buy, you can't, they don't do it there. They don't want people there.
No, you don't.
It's all online.
Everything is online now.
And here is another little shocker for you. I was listening to the Michael K. show.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't in a long time. Remember I told you I stopped listening. But I was curious today. So a caller calls up and says, two callers call up. One caller is on Ticketmaster. He bought for $600 standing room only ticket at Yankee Stadium. $600 he spent. So they sell standing room only, which means you're allowed to stand wherever. You just wander around the stadium. $600. Another ticket holder got 400 section, which is at the top of the stadium, for $400.
Wow.
Only because he's a season ticket holder, and only because he had to guess that they'd be in the World Series beforehand. You had to put a deposit of $200 in. It was a thing that they did, a plan the Yankees did, or something like that, where you put $200 in, and you somehow get it towards next season if they don't make it. So that only enabled him to get a $400 ticket in the 400s. What is it? Do you get anything? Is anything popping up?
I'm actually just looking at game 1 in LA to see what the prices are.
Yeah, I don't know what the LA prices are.
Okay. Let's see.
Are you getting a
cheapest or $1,202?
$1,200 cheapest tickets for the LA.
$1,202 and 4 cents.
And 4 cents. Well, that's
that
goes into Ohtani's pocket.
The most expensive is...
What is the high price for sitting next to Jason Bateman and Tom Hanks? They were there last night.
Oh, Jason...
He's always there.
Jason was at Citi Field, so I have a feeling Jason... I went to a Philly game with the Mets, and he was at the game, so I don't...
No, he's a Dodger fan. He's always at the Dodger games.
For some reason, he was at Citi Field.
Yeah, I don't know why, but he's a lock on Dodger.
The buddy he was with was...
yeah, he's a baseball guy, but he's a Dodger. I always... Anytime the Dodger's gone, they always show him.
Also, John Mayer wrote on his Instagram page, because he's a big Met fan also, a really nice thing about Lindor and what he represents, and it really...
But the ticket prices are... And it's crazy. It's just crazy.
Yeah, okay, well, let's go...
Don't worry about that.
Let's go see the first game at the Bronx, New York.
The Bronx, what does the Bronx got? I told you, I looked it up already. It's got to be up to... And that was last night. I could just imagine what it's up to today.
Okay, World Series home game, Bronx, New York.
Steve's looking up the World Series. Here we go. Me and Steve are going. We're going to use Steve's buying it. He's finally treating me to something.
Oh, Ticketmaster says tickets are sold out now. Check back soon.
I'll check back soon. What does StubHub have?
Okay, go to StubHub.
Yeah, go to StubHub. See what StubHub's got. So there's nothing on Ticketmaster, which is obvious. There's nothing on. But let's say you want to take the family. You're excited. The kids are excited. Hey, kids, you want to see a World Series game? Don't worry. I'm going to refinance the house. Little Timmy's he's not going to college. He's not very bright as it is. We don't anticipate him getting into any university. And nor does he need braces. Let's go check out. Let's go to the World Series. What are we looking at?
12:59.
Which is that's the time I went to bed last night.
What's the pinstripe passes? I guess that's...
I don't know what that is. That allows you to use the bathroom when you're at the stadium.
Oh, that's nice then.
You can go to the bathroom when you're at the game. Otherwise, you have to hold it in until you get back out of the Bronx. I don't like when you're scrolling like that.
Yeah, you're just trying to see what the most expensive tickets are.
Oh, God, I can't even... Does it even go to that? It's got to be crazy, sitting on the field.
Looks like the base price is... We're going to go to 16. Can we go higher than 16?
Nah, forget it. But with all of this anger, and you know I'm very angry.
You are?
Yeah, you get people like this at the Oyster Festival. Look how happy they are.
People have a good time at the Oyster
Why are people happy?
What is it with you? Why can't you...
I don't like that. I don't like people enjoying themselves. And why? Look at this. What are they dancing in the grass at some festival with salmonella oysters. What are you doing?
They're probably hallucinating on some bad oysters, you know.
And what is that picture? Why is there why is that circled? What is that? Is that an oyster? Or is that a clam? What are they found on the half shell? What does that mean?
That might be a.
Is that what they're trying to show
That
there?
might be an oyster. I don't know.
You don't even know what that is. It could be some. It's unbelievable.
18, 19,
Oh boy.
1937.
So listen to this. Michael K says this, and
Yes.
this got me a little. And I like Michael K. He's a funny guy.
Show's popping.
The show's popping. He's an angry guy like me. He does love to blast the fans. So a caller calls up on the show and he's saying the prices. So Michael K goes, so I understand because the guy that paid the $400. But meanwhile, $400 was not something you could get unless you were part of that plan at the beginning of the season. You had to be part of this whole crazy plan where it's season ticket holder or whatever. So Michael K goes, I don't understand, $400 in the fall. Well, like, what's the big deal? He goes, what is a regular season to sit there? Like $200? He thinks it's $200 in a regular season game. I looked up the division series against the Royals. It was $40. I could have went to the division series, had good seats, $87, $78. When it switches, even the pennant was maybe in the hundreds. The World Series switches it to a different level. It really does. People want to, even the pennant. If I could have gone, it was like 100 and change.
Getting up to 31.42.
What do you mean 31.42?
$3,100 and
Oh, 31.42.
tickets for a ticket.
It's nothing.
32,250.
What you bank, and sitting where? Where are you sitting with that?
For $3,300.
Where can I sit for $3,000?
Section 114.
That's not bad. That's pretty good. $3,000. I get to scream, Soto, let's go!
No, wait, you're not saying it correctly. You gotta say it like John Sterling.
Oh, John Sterling.
Soto.
Soto. Now he's doing the games.
I know.
Sterling's fantastic.
This is it for him, though.
I know, but that's a great way. I'm glad he was doing this. Now, this is what Michael says. Michael, okay, again, he goes on. So not only, how can he be so out of touch? He is the Yankees' voice, and he works for them. How can he not know what a regular season ticket costs?
Because he doesn't buy tickets.
But how could he think a regular season costs $200 in the 400s? What? That's ridiculous. They cost like $25. But anyway.
Did Don or Pete?
Yes, they were all going nuts. They were like, what are you talking about? It's like $30-$40. And he was insisting. He goes, there is no way. He wouldn't listen to them. And they were like, what? Then he said, look it up. And then they couldn't look up regular season, so they were like, forget it. But he goes, but people pay that for Broadway shows.
Right. Section 217, $5,544. What do you think of that?
If I ran this, I'd be able to make that. $64 million.
I won't get angry.
Red light ticket cameras. That's how much they took. Red light. Have you ever gotten one?
Yes, I have one now. I got to pay it. I better pay it fast.
Where did you? What section? What intersection?
Over by Nassau, by Stewart Avenue.
Did you see the sign, or you just blew the light? You know it flashed.
It's a weird thing. You're allowed to stop and make there is a turn on red allowed, but
you didn't make the complete
maybe
stop.
I didn't do a complete stop.
You always got to make the complete stop. In life, as well as at a red light, make a complete stop in your life.
Oh, Steve.
What? What do we got?
Section 121A, row 10.
That's a good seat.
13,280. 13,280.
Now, what if you get there in the first inning and the game gets out of hand? It's a blowout.
16. 17. We're up to 17. 19.
Who's going to pay this?
$29,000 each. First row
Do you get a
seats.
pretzel? I hope you get a pretzel with that 30.
Pretzel.
I like the pretzels. Big soft pretzel.
And here we are. We got down to the lowest of the low. Section 416. Row 14. 2 tickets.
Yeah.
Each. How much do they cost each?
2 tickets. Well, it's showing it out as a per ticket cost?
Yes, per ticket.
Per ticket. And what section?
416.
Well, it's got to be over 1,000.
Well, this is the most expensive ticket of all.
Oh, this is the most expensive?
For the first game at Yankee Stadium.
In the 400s?
Yes.
How much?
90,000.
Wait, how much?
90,000.
90?
90.
That's not right.
1,000.
Let me see.
No, it just recycled itself.
Get
I'm
outta
not
here.
lying to you, Steve.
In the 400s, who would pay? That's ridiculous. Come on. Go buy your... That's... I can't even... Anyway, I was thinking of it. I went on last night like a fool. Like a fool. Like a court jester. Just like what I'm wearing, the hat with the thing. And I went into Dick's and all. It was wonderful. And I don't like to go into Dick's.
Oh, I went into Dick's last week to try to find my Mets gear.
Yeah?
They sold out. We don't know if we're getting another shipment.
Really?
Yeah. Now we don't have to worry. I don't want it now.
Now you don't. Now you're like this.
That's
You know
what? Because
well, you can't be like that.
It's very expensive.
It is very expensive. This hat is enormously expensive.
And you know what? There's nothing special about the postseason gear. It is just this. It's the same format as all the other teams
Right.
in postseason.
They had this hat, but this I like because I love a wool hat. You know me. I like a wool with the little pom pom. And that's what. And I got the pennant. That's what I splurged on.
Actually,
I don't wear. When my mom got an October shirt. That's pretty cool. It says October ready.
Right.
Other than that, I back in the '90s we used to get shirts, but
The 7-Line Army, which is now their clothes are licensed by MLB, so it's good. They had a postseason shirt that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That postseason shirt was they kind of like a made-up ticket.
Oh, that's cool.
And it looked really nice. They're expensive too, though.
It's very expensive.
But it's definitely a nicer shirt than the,
than the generic.
Than the generic.
Yeah, you
MLB.
want something. Dick's had a couple of cool Yankee stuff. I went in there. They have the tables, the World Series stuff, and stuff like that. They had a chain like Verdugo wears. The big chain. I should have got that. That's what I should have got. But I didn't. Here's one thing. I'm very aggravated with all of this. But no, I'm very excited. I have to say. No, the Yanks did it.
Did you see A-Rod?
He looks darker than usual.
He looks darker. He looks old.
Well, it's because of the darkness. His skin looks bad.
Yeah.
It's like he's been sitting either on a beach and got or somewhere or a tanning lamp.
Yes, I think the juice doesn't help you either.
Well, he can't be still juicing. You think to be on the air he needs to juice?
Why not?
Jeter looked great. Jeter looked great.
First thing I will tell you, A-Rod they had A-Rod at the flipping hamburgers at Citi Field, and he looked so awkward in his suit. They gave him an apron, and all these poor people, Didn't
they do that with Trump? He was just working at McDonald's.
Yes, exactly.
I saw Trump. He was making fries.
And they found out.
And he looked pretty good.
But the thing was, the restaurant was closed. They closed the restaurant for him.
What restaurant?
That McDonald's was closed.
Well, no kidding.
So it wasn't open. No one. He had no.
Well, did you think someone was going to come in and ask for fries?
Dude, there's no customers there. It was nothing but a show.
Of course, it was a show.
Bill Clinton went in there when it was open.
But he went in there to eat. Didn't he? Remember that Phil Hartman one?
Yes.
When he went in jogging.
Yes.
Now, you excited? The election's coming up. I know we don't talk politics, but it's coming up.
I'm really not.
You're a little nervous? Excited? You don't have to say leaning. I'm just, the whole event.
Very nervous.
Now, do you vote by mail-in, or do you like to be there?
I
like to smell the old people looking your name up.
How do
you spell it?
I vote early.
What, like last year?
Yeah, no. You can vote like a week or so.
Yeah. You do like a mail-in? The voting early is a mail-in, right?
No.
Oh, you can actually go.
Yeah, there's mail-in, but there's also you could vote early.
At a place?
At a place.
Was it the high school?
No, it's the
village?
For the town annex. Town of Oyster Bay Annex.
You know what? I'm going to wait till election night. I like to go in when it's like the World Series. You don't go pre-series. You wait. I like it to be, because I want my vote to count. They don't count it when it's early. You know what they do to yours? They do this. They go like this. It goes in the shred. You think any of these votes count? I'm a man of I don't have any belief in any system. I think it's already done. I think that's an old dog and pony show. As David Cohn says, it's eyewash. You get people to go, they smile, they get a sticker. It's like when you give blood. People just want stickers to feel good about
Don't
themselves.
they all?
I voted. Love me. But I go on election night. I follow the law. I like to do things right. Speaking of right, it's going to be a warmer winter.
Is that what they're saying?
I ripped it in half, but you see this? It says we got a warm winter coming.
Oh, Newsday.
Yeah, Newsday. I still use it. He's going to give me a hard time. You said that before you got here. I'm blasting Newsday, but yet Steve's going to give me a hard time for blasting Newsday.
Can we have the Wall Street Journal?
Next time I will. Hey, let me get to a lighter-hearted story. This is a good feel moment. A local cop, a Suffolk County police officer, they're the best, and a high school teacher. How shocking. They were arrested on managing a brothel. Seems here.
Now you say how shocking. Why do you find that
Well,
very sarcastic when you say that?
Am I sarcastic? I am. I'm shocked. I mean, look at these two. These look like two people you definitely want to trust with your children, your daughter, right? Don't you think? He looks like a nice high school teacher. Maybe you'd like, no?
He's the cop.
You can't even tell which is who.
No, he's definitely the cop.
He's the cop.
Yeah, look at him.
Look at him.
Bald.
I didn't do shit.
Bald. He's like from that's casting for a Tarantino movie.
That's right. He's great. He'll get something. He'll be okay. I'm not worried about him.
That's like Lawrence Tierney incarnate.
Yeah, the teacher I'm a little worried. I don't know if he's going to be cast in anything.
He was the cool teacher. Look, he was the cool guy.
I bet he was. He was running the
brothel
brothel.
that everybody loved.
Oh, you read about the story?
No. I'm just looking at the picture.
They run it. I didn't know they were. Where is this brothel? See, I know where. I know where all the Planet Fitnesses are.
Uh-huh.
I know where you can get a good blackened chicken sandwich. But I don't know. Oh, sure, the Good Life in Park Boulevard. It's delicious. I get the blackened chicken, nothing on it, meaning, because they serve it with spicy mayo. I ask for no mayo. It's delicious. No bread. I get it right out of the bun. Blackened chicken.
I never knew that.
Oh, sure.
I never thought you went to eat anything.
No, I do. I got it like that. So I'm just saying, I know where you could get a good blackened chicken. I know where you can go to work out. I never knew where you can get a inexpensive, where there was a brothel running here on Long Island. It's fantastic. I wonder, do you think we have speakeasies too? You don't hear about a good brothel anymore. It feels like a thing that's dated.
I don't know.
A brothel.
I don't know where is there a brothel.
I didn't know. It's somewhere in Suffolk County. You know what the moron did that set up red flags that he was a part of this?
Right.
So the police had investigated this place that was a brothel, and something was going on, and it was over the radio.
Mm-hmm.
That something's going on at this address, a brothel, and it came over his radio, and he showed up there, this guy, instantaneously, and he doesn't work in that precinct. He's 3 precincts that he doesn't work in. And they asked him, why are you here? This is not even your...
Well,
I just want to look at my investments. I want to see how my brothel's doing.
Maybe you just need to go to the bathroom.
At the brothel. Now, which cheaper, to go to the World Series or the brothel? Which play? What do you think you get a better deal?
Suffolk County.
Suffolk County.
The World Series is probably a little more expensive.
A little more expensive than the Suffolk County brothel?
Yeah.
Running in, I don't want to say Brentwood. I always say Brentwood for jokes, but I don't like to do that. Let me give some other town some love. Amityville.
It's a nice town.
Mattatuck. That sounds like a nice place for a brothel.
Going back to baseball.
Let's go back to baseball.
Who lived in Amityville before the Dodgers moved out. The O'Malleys lived in. Walter O'Malley lived in Amityville.
Speaking of baseball, yes, I did not know that. You weren't in on this story, but there was a big story last week that a bus driver dropped a child off at the wrong stop. The child just roamed around until they were found by good standing citizen who returned the child to his normal family. So this week, coincidentally, they have a good feel story about this woman who wrote a book, Why Does My Heart Go Thump When I See the Bus? And it's about the kids not fearing a bus. So she was good. She wrote a book. And see how proud she is? She's a bus driver. Margaret Hall of Comac was inspired. I bet she was. So it says here, helping uneasy riders. So it says, how drivers can help children with anxiety of getting on a school bus. The first thing I would suggest is taking them to the correct bus stop instead of dropping them off in the middle of somewhere and having them luckily find an adult to get them safe and sound home. My sister's a school teacher. I have friends that are school teachers. I don't know how kids ever get home. She says it's a miracle. She says somebody's watching over them from 3 to 4 o'clock every day.
Dear Lord.
Could you imagine? Do you remember did you take a school bus as a child?
Sometimes.
I don't know how I got off at the right stop. I don't know what.
I never saw the bus driver make sure we're
That's what I'm saying. How would a bus driver know? Would he say, let's say a kid dozed off. Would he go, oh, Johnny, here's your bus? Like, how would he know where kids get off? He'd stop the bus, Come on. This guy looks like a nice bus driver. He looks okay. This guy looks friendly. I would get on his bus. He doesn't look like he's running the brothel. Not like those other two. They were definitely brothel. There he is. More. Yeah. Come on. Brothel. Did you see the Saturday Night Live this weekend? You were Saturday Night Live.
I did.
I missed it, and I wanted to see it because they said Alec Baldwin did a little funny skit.
He played Brett Baer, the Fox reporter.
I didn't even see it, so it wouldn't have been funny to me.
Who interviewed Kamala.
And how was he funny? Was the segment funny?
Yeah, it was.
And Michael Keaton, how was he? He hosted.
He was good.
Yeah. Okay.
He was all right. Yeah.
Yeah. You're not selling me.
I was. You know what?
That was Saturday night.
I gotta watch it again, and I was tired, so I didn't see everything.
Now, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You're a rocker. Did you hear about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
What about it?
Well, just some of the inductees. Did you agree with them all?
Cher, absolutely.
Cher, Ozzy Osbourne?
Absolutely.
Mary J. Blige?
Yes. Well, I mean, once again,
Is that a rock and roll?
Well, rap counts as rock and roll in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. There's a lot, which I don't mind as much if they would just find there are a lot of other people in rock that they have ignored constantly. But yeah, I mean, I have nothing against
Who's someone that's missing from on the top of your list?
Monkeys.
Monkeys. You're a
Monkeys.
Of course. Monkeys, right?
The
Beatles? It must be in the Rock and Roll Hall.
Of course they
are.
are.
No, I don't know how, because it was so long ago, I didn't know how they did it. Was any Beatle there to accept? Or was it like McCartney and Ringo? When was it? It must have been.
It was probably. It was.
Must have been a long
George
time
was
ago.
alive.
Oh, he was.
Ringo and Paul were there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to look it up. I'll YouTube it. So Julia Roberts and Zendaya were presenters. Dionne Warwick.
Definitely.
Waited till 83 years old. Why did they make people wait?
Definitely.
Pete Rose? No.
He got
into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He didn't get into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Jimmy Buffett? It was nice that they did it. Oh no, I'm sorry. I think it was an honorary thing. It was attributed. It wasn't. I don't think he was inducted.
Honored. They honored.
Dua Lipa opened the show with Cher, singing "I Believe." There were some others though. Oh, Peter Frampton got in.
Very nice.
My brother's a big Peter Frampton fan.
Well, you know that song, "Baby, I Love Your Way."
Yeah.
The single. That was the live performance. Do you know where that live performance was?
Nassau Coliseum.
No.
Sorry.
The Comac Arena.
Wow.
So.
Wow.
Which is not even there anymore. But that's where.
Now it's a brothel, right?
That could have been the brothel now. I think it's a shopping center.
Sammy Hagar inducted or presented for Foreigner.
Mm-hmm.
She's as cold as ice. Is that their song?
Yes, you're right.
See? You think I don't know anything. You think I'm a man of little knowledge. Cold as ice? What other? Give me another Foreigner song. The Grand Illusion. Welcome to the Grand... No, that's Styx.
Yes.
And basically the same band. Let's be honest.
No, they're not. They're not. Definitely not the same band.
Yeah, why isn't Styx in here? It's a great name for a band.
I don't know. They might be in it already.
So, Foreigner, do you agree? Not agree?
Of course, yes.
Were you...
Urgent.
Oh, Urgent. That was a good song. Who else? Boy. There was other people. Busta Rhymes
Oh, Busta Rhymes.
and Queen Latifah.
Mm-hmm.
Queen Latifah, Busta Rhymes, some more of your hip-hop. Lou Graham. Who's that?
Lou Graham was in Foreigner.
Is that right?
Yes.
Wait, Kelly Clarkson, I Want to Know What Love Is, but the arena erupted. Lou Graham sang with Kelly Clarkson.
Yes.
Oh, so Lou Graham was in...
He was the lead singer in
Foreigner.
Foreigner. Good show, prep, Steve.
Thanks.
Thank you, Newsday.
Well, I'm not, yeah. And this was going on in Cleveland at the same weekend the Yankees were in Cleveland. So
There you
Cleveland
go.
was popping.
Yeah, it was popping.
You go to the game, you run over to the Hall of Fame, maybe see Cher, then you go see the Yankees. What a weekend.
Did you see the clip going back to baseball?
Back to baseball.
After the Mets win before they went to L.A. to lose, Mr. and Mrs. Met came over to the desk with the post show with Kevin Burkhardt and Poppy and
Right, Alex and Derek.
And Mr. and Mrs. Met come, and Mrs. Met starts making moves on Big Poppy.
Oh, my God. Are they dressed in a costume?
Yes.
Oh,
And they're,
I didn't know there was a Mrs.
You never knew Mrs. Yeah, Mrs. Met is in
that a
all the
new
games. No, she's been there for a while now.
Now, my mom is always interested about this. Mary Hart
Yes.
is always at the Dodge game.
She's always behind. She's got that bag. Yes.
She's always sitting back there.
Her rich husband, Bert Sugarman.
Is he still alive?
He is still alive.
He's got to be 90.
Probably,
Or
yeah.
somewhere around
Yeah.
there. And how old is she running?
Well, she's probably in her 70s.
My mom is always fun. She always sees the game. She goes, "Where's Mary? I don't see Mary Hart."
Freaking Mary.
We're getting against Mary Hart.
Oh,
You don't like Dodger people.
No.
Now, let me ask you this. There's the burning question. And I'm going to ask you, as Steve is a Met fan, but Steve's also spent some time in L.A. He's a Cali dude. And I know you have a warm spot for the Dodgers.
I do. Deep down inside.
Are you going to, and don't say it in front of me because I'll slug you. Who are you going with? Don't say who you think. Who are you going with? Who are you rooting for? And as someone that's, I know you're obviously a Met fan, but now, and you don't have to root for anybody. You can just watch, as a baseball fan. Are you going to watch it?
Yes, I will watch it.
You will watch it, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And just to watch, or do you think you'll have any rooting interest? Or do you think you'll just watch to watch the
Well, I
World
got to be
Series?
really honest.
Yeah, that's what the show's about. It's about honesty.
I've been giving this some thought.
And I
some
know,
deep,
and
deep
you're a
thought.
baseball guy. I mean, Steve's I go to
And
Steve.
I
can
am
talk
somebody
baseball.
who has gone to Met games.
I'll stab you in the chest.
I've gone to Yankee games.
We have together.
I've gone to Dodger games.
Yes.
Just to think, the Dodgers really.
But they just won in 2020. The Yankees have
But
won in
something?
2009.
The truth is, do the Yankees have any teeth anymore? I mean, isn't
that
the
mean?
Dodgers the new evil empire?
Oh, stop yourself.
The new evil empire.
There'll never be a new evil. We are the evil empire.
They are the evil empire, and especially since Chavez Ravine was built over a neighborhood of poor Mexican people that were thrown
my
out
God.
from eminent domain.
All right, let's not get into politics here.
So
Steve.
then
Let's
we
not
got
get
that.
into some kind of
And,
thing here. We got to build a stadium somewhere. Why not over a burial ground?
That's poltergeist.
Oh.
God knows there's probably a cemetery under there.
That's what I'm saying. Well, here, I'm not going to pin you to that, but because I know you rooted for the Yankees. We've gone to Yankee games, and you're a baseball guy. Steve's a baseball guy. He'll watch. But it seemed to me, and I could be speaking as a Yankee fan, but even watching a little bit last night, and I hadn't watched much of it, and I've watched the Dodgers against the Padres a little bit too. Those fans sway a little bit. There's not that constant roar like you see in Yankee Stadium or these
I'll
other.
tell you,
It feels very.
They were pretty loud.
Do you think?
I thought they were pretty loud
I thought
last
they
night.
last night, like during parts of the game, and they kind of settle in. And I get it, you're not roaring 9 straight innings, but they're in a game clinching, and they got loud at the end. I mean, I think they're laid back.
They are laid back, but I thought they were pretty loud last night, to be honest with you.
I'll tell you what else is pretty loud. Smile 2, getting great reviews. What do you think about that? What is that movie about? Looks weird.
I don't know.
Looks weird.
It's frightening. But Smile 1, they were promoting that movie all over. They had someone.
There's a Smile 1?
There was there. Why do you think there's a Smile 2?
I'm just kidding. I thought they just started right with Smile 2. Forget about Smile 1.
So they had this. They planted an actor with the smile behind home plate at Citi Field, and they kept on showing it. And Ron and Gary didn't quite understand what was going on.
That's hysterical.
And
Wait, in regular season?
Yeah, regular season.
Oh, okay.
A couple of years ago, when the first one came out.
Oh, my
a couple
God.
of summers ago.
And what is it? I don't understand. What is Smile?
It's a horror movie.
It's a horror movie. It made $23 million.
Yeah.
Well, look what it was up against. Wow, Joker made $2 million this weekend. I know it's been out for a couple weeks, but it started poorly.
People don't like show tunes.
I love show tunes. Give me a Joker that could sing.
Fanboys don't want to hear show tunes.
Oh, they were angry.
Yes, they
The
were.
Joker universe or
They were.
DC universe.
It's
very
really
angry.
funny. Nobody likes it, but the newspaper reviews weren't. The New York Times said they knew that people weren't going to like it, but they gave it a decent review.
Of course. Here's another show I will have to miss. Kevin James at the Paramount. I'm not going to see that.
Another Met fan.
What is this guy? He keeps doing stand-up. He's terrible. Oh, my God.
Well, when's Funny Man Stevie K going to go up?
I got to talk to Tony.
We need to.
Tony canceled. Had the nerve.
Farmer Willie's got a show, you know.
On Columbus Day. I didn't know Farmer Willie was big on Columbus Day.
It's October. It's the fall. Well, it's a day off for everyone.
Now, what do we call? It's Yankee time. It's the pennant. It's the World Series. You're opening the show. You're the announcer. Give me the 2 words I want to hear. This is the fall.
Motumbo.
Fall
The
Mutombo.
autumn Motumbo.
It's the fall Mutombo. Now, Vin Scully would have been great. He passed away, right?
Yeah, I don't know if Vin would use that word. That's like
No.
Yeah, he would use some very nice language.
As John is doing the radios, he's going to do the World Series.
Yes.
Would have Vin done any of this? Do you think?
Vin would be working for the network at this, unless, of course, if it was the Dodgers. But he would be working the Dodger game.
No, that like now, this World Series, would they have gotten him involved in anything as part of doing this, or he would have been too old? Like if he.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't
How old
know.
was he?
Who knows?
Just passed
He's
away.
in his 90s.
Well, he's passed away, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He
So he can't do it, right?
he retired.
So he can't
You know, if he was live, they would probably
do something to try to
maybe-
get him involved, or
maybe they would try.
roll out a
but
ball,
at
or
that
he
age,
couldn't even.
at an age
Well, he
of
couldn't do
30.
the game. He probably maybe get him out to throw a ball or something.
Mm-hmm.
Get him out there. Now, Vin, he's been doing. Oh my God! But have you ever been to a Dodger postseason game or just regular season?
I've never been to a Dodger postseason game.
Okay. How is that stadium?
I love Dodger Stadium. I think
Is
it's
it?
beautiful.
Is it easy to get tickets? Regular season tickets, probably.
Yeah, I never had problems getting tickets.
And how do you get? Is it you didn't drive, did you there, or you were living there? Or
I
you get
did
there?
most of the time. I did. I never took mass transit to Dodger
Oh, okay.
Stadium because there just isn't any. I know they're working on that. They're working on a gondola.
Ooh, a gondola.
Yes, to take you from downtown and to Dodger Stadium.
I just want to do this quick, dear Eric. We'll finish up with this.
Dear Eric.
Hey, do you know this is the new thing now? I'll just show you this quick. Everybody's loving rolling in the RV. I think of getting one. That there, Clark, is an RV.
Thank you, Newsday.
Okay, here we go. You ready? Dear Eric.
You're bonding with Eric now, aren't you?
I like him. He's good. Basketball opens up Tuesday night. The Knicks and the Celtics.
Oh,
The Knicks and the Bucks. Knicks and the Bucks.
Knicks and the Bucks.
The Knicks and the Bucks. I can't think of basketball. It's World Series time. Yankee time. Here we go. Dear Eric, without my awareness, a friend, I use the term loosely, recently took a photo of me with another friend and her dog. It is a shockingly unflattering picture of myself, and the angle exaggerates my size. First of all, angle, you are your size. Angles don't create size. If you're a full-figured woman,
What are you trying to say, Coach?
I'm saying that right away she's putting filters on this. She's saying it is a shockingly, meaning she's normally in beautiful picture. She's a beautiful woman.
Right.
So this is an enigma, a
Right.
puzzle, if you will. Unflattering picture, and the angle exaggerates my size. Angles very much do
Oh,
that,
that's not right.
especially in isosceles triangle. She texted it to me and the other person. I immediately responded, begging her, delete this photo. But it was too late. It's on the internet. It's on social media. I repeated my request with the phrase, I am not joking. Her actions feel mean, embarrassing, and out of nowhere, as I thought we had a good relationship. Like me and you, I thought we had a good relationship. The picture has reactivated my self-consciousness around my weight, and my feeling is she was deliberately making fun of my appearance.
Good.
I have canceled social plans, opted to stay home, and am planning her murder. That I got from Dateline, sorry. I watch too much Dateline. I know this reaction is my problem. Finally. Not seeing myself as others do, I guess, but I can't seem to blow it off the way others advise me to. And I really don't want to continue this friendship. I feel that trust is gone. Any thoughts or advice? Has someone ever taken a picture of you without your knowledge? Or,
I'm sure they have.
yeah, you're in the public eye. You're on radio. You're out there.
That's not
You're out there.
No.
So
So what does Eric say?
Eric says, blame the equipment, not the user. But that's odd. That's like saying blame the gun, not the user. If you shoot somebody, it's not the gun's fault. I mean, it is the gun, but
Very provocative.
it is. He is very good, Eric. He's anything but good. So his days are numbered. He's not going to be long here. I don't like his. I like Dear Amy, but anyway, I gave him a try. I think more than fixate on this. I think my go on Stephen R. Kaminsky, my Instagram. I'm giving free fitness consultations. If you're discouraged about your size, shape, or otherwise, feel free to reach out to me. I give free consultations. I'll help you with this. Don't yell at the poor woman with the phone. She was taking a photo of you. I'm sure she wasn't doing it to show your size or your ankle.
And maybe she would feel better if she heard it, not just from you, but from Jiminy Cricket.
Well, Jiminy Cricket's gone. I don't use Jiminy Cricket anymore.
Oh, Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah, this was a Dear Carolyn one. This is nothing. It's about a teen who's nasty to his parents, but polite to everyone else in the world. And the parents are very upset about this. But I think that's good. I think you should be able to be, you know me, I'm a showman. So only my family knows the real deep, dark scariness of my inner workings. But the world doesn't, right? I'm a showman. I put out this normality that is not even close to who I am. And I think you should be able to be who you are with your family. And then I think he's on the right path. You know?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. Anyway, we're going to wrap it up. I had a Peter Dinklage thing here. I don't know about this movie, this Anna Kendrick movie on Netflix.
Uh-huh.
It was based on that true story. That looks interesting. She went on a dating game, like what was the old dating game?
Studs?
No, what was the dating game show with
The dating game.
The dating game. And it's a true story where then she got matched with a serial killer. And Anna Kendrick directs it and stars in it. You know Anna Kendrick from
sure.
Pitch Perfect 1, 2,
Right,
3,
right,
4,
right,
5, and 7. And Smile 2 and 4. She's and there's a Old Brothers with Josh Brolin and Peter Dinklage. This looks weird. And I like both of them, and this doesn't look good. And Glenn Close is in that. It was weird.
Why do you just why?
It looks weird.
Why do you poo-poo on everything?
Because that's who I am. I'm
This
poo-poo.
is
I poo-poo everything.
yeah.
Oh, Starbucks proposal faces opposition. What do you think about this? Their residents are stopping a Starbucks from being built in Melville.
Ooh.
They're saying, no coffee here, sir. Take your coffee in your elitist bourgeois people somewhere else.
You know,
We like hard coffee.
There's nothing elitist about Starbucks.
Do you ever see the prices?
You prices of everything else?
It's true. You get a Starbucks and a World Series ticket, you're in debt the rest of your life. You're working the rest of your life to get out
That's
of debt.
true. That is true.
And on that note, I'd check out this movie. It's called Old Brothers. Give it a try. Old Brothers.
It's on television.
Oh, it's over. Anyway, it's great to see. I haven't seen you in a while, and every time I see you, you look like a new man. Look at you. The arms are popping. The guns.
You really think
the
so?
chest.
I don't know.
The shirt looks good.
I don't know.
You look fantastic. I gotta say, you look great. Anyway, that's enough of the
I
question.
learned from you.
I'm a true
I
friend.
feel good.
Looks good.
Look, I just.
Now, are you doing a late night workout tonight? Sometimes you do that on a Monday
I
night.
don't know if I'm going to do it tonight.
Little tired?
Yeah.
I'm getting some minestrone soup after this.
Oh,
Yeah. It's the way I end a Monday night. Celebrating the Yankees with a little minestrone soup. I know how to party. I might go to Jovia tomorrow and look to take out a 3-year loan to go to Game 4. I'm going to see. I might refinance my car loan and see. I'm not sure yet. I'll see how the first 2 games go. But no, it should be. They have a lot of layoff time. They don't start until Friday.
Right.
So they go Friday, Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
have off Sunday because of football.
Right.
That's why they've been doing this new setup.
Right.
And then they go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, have Thursday off because of football. And then they go Friday.
But they
Saturday.
travel. Those are travel days.
Right, but
also.
they are setting it up
Right.
so Sunday and Thursday are not.
Right.
That's their football days. Because I'm guessing the series is on Fox.
Yes.
Now, this burnt Don's beads a little bit. He was very upset. I know we're running over. This is the last point I'm going to make. On the show, he was talking how he was really upset. He wanted to watch the game. Don was talking about this, LaGreca,
Mm-hmm.
with his son last night, the Met game. And
Right.
it started at 8:09.
Mm-hmm.
And so his son got to watch like 2 innings. And he said, but I understand it's Fox. It's the football day. And then he goes, but then I look and it was on FS1.
Yes.
So he goes, explain that. So he was adamant. He was like, he goes, I don't expect it to go back to the days of daytime World Series games, like in the 50s.
Yeah.
But you could have started at
But all
7,
the World Series games are starting at 8:08.
8:08. What do you think about that? Because they end late. And even with this new speed up clock, the playoff games seem to be still 3.5 hours long. So how is that happening?
Well, yeah, I don't know why this thing's going way past 3 hours now. It's just.
I mean, I know there's extra commercials, but there's not. That would add up to. That's a pretty big. Anyway, we're gonna close shop. We talked a lot of baseball, a lot of other stuff, nonsense. Steve, again, thanks for jumping in. I love to see you. I'm
Thank
glad
you.
you look the new and improved Steve. He's always improved. Let's be honest.
No, not really.
Next week we should be in the studio. Hopefully, we'll check with Farmer Willie, and
I hope we get Farmer Willie as a guest. I would love Farmer Willie to come on. As a
he'll
guest.
never do it. I asked him. I said, "Wear the garb." And I shouldn't use that word anymore. He keeps yelling at me for saying that.
Garb.
Yeah. I think there should be a team called Dumbbells. There's Old Brothers. Why not Dumbbells? Perfect. You have a great week. We'll get it ready. Big Yankee game Friday night. So I won't see you till next. So next Monday we'll know a little bit. We'll know a couple of games in.
So yeah,
We'll be a couple of games in. We'll have the 2 LA games done.
Yep.
All right.
That's right.
All right, so we'll see. Let's see. Get some Yankee wins, and we'll see you next Monday night. Have a great. Who's playing tonight? Monday Night Football. Anybody?